Do 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 do. Hey there. Getting ready. It's light out. Beautiful. It's gonna be a great day. All right. Getting situated here. There's a quote that I was thinking of that may set the tone for my day. Shark pays no mind to the words of the fish. It's kind of how I'm feeling this morning. So, good morning, everybody. Welcome. Today is Wednesday, May 29th, 2019. My name's Jeremy, and this is my first cup of coffee. So, what's going on, everybody? I'm excited. I had a very productive day yesterday, much more productive than I was expecting, including finally launching the new whistlekick.com website. Yay! Good job, me. You should go check that out. It's faster. I think it's easier to navigate. And if you look around, you'll see there's even a new product in there, the Whistlekick Never Settle bracelet. Had some demand for some stuff like that, so we rolled it out. It's pretty cool. You can find that in the new / limited collection, the Never Settle bracelet. It's like $30. Yeah, so that's where we're at. Go us. Had a bunch of questions come in. Not a bunch. Had 3 questions come in yesterday that I'll answer momentarily. But let's talk about what else is going on. So I'm still really sore from the Murph workout at CrossFit on Monday. And it's funny, I was thinking about that yesterday. Murph as a workout has started to transcend just CrossFit. Of course, it started in CrossFit because the gentleman who lost his life, that it is named after, did CrossFit, but it's such a wonderful, Memorial Day event, activity, that people who don't do CrossFit but do other intense fitness protocols are engaged in that. So I kind of feel the soreness, the discomfort, the pain, and it reminds me. It reminds me of what people go through. It reminds me of the sacrifices that other people make. Words that other people make. I think it's really, really easy for us in our modern society to forget that there is still a lot of conflict in the world. There are still people giving and losing their lives for the things they believe. I think it's important that we try to keep them in our minds. We try to remember their loss. Yeah. So what's today? Today is about as busy as yesterday. Gonna get through a bunch of stuff. Some work, some book work. Got a meeting. Work on the car. Yeah, there's work on the car. We're not going to talk about that. The new car. And coaching CrossFit tonight. Oh, and then having drinks with a friend. So, looking forward to all of it. It's going to be a great day. But, I had some questions come in from a few of you, and I'll answer them. Because that's what we do on this show. Are you a Star Trek fan? No. I would not call myself a Star Trek fan. I've seen, at some point, I was younger, most of the episodes of the original series. I've seen, we may not know them all, but we owe them all. We've got a comment come in. We may not know them all, but we owe them all. Yes, I would agree. I've seen most of the original series. I've seen quite a bit of Next Generation. I saw the first of the reboot movies, and I liked it. Star Trek and Star Wars for me kind of occupy this funny space. I like the movies. I enjoy them. I enjoy the franchises. But they don't resonate for me. Sci-fi, space-based sci-fi has never really been my bag. I prefer more ground-based fantasy stuff. Game of Thrones, Lord of the Rings. That's been more my style. I'm gonna answer this question last because it'll have the most conversation. Who was your favorite Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle? Mine was Michelangelo. Because she's an artist. Cool. I was thinking about this yesterday. It's funny that this question comes up because I see elements of myself in every Ninja Turtle and vice versa. And I think that was part of the point. I think that's why they broke them up that way. I have an extreme nerdy side, which is probably more than just a side. In Donatello, I think people who know me would agree with that. I've always aspired to the leadership qualities of Leonardo. My original competition weapon was bow, so there's another check for Donatello. Who doesn't want to be carefree like Michelangelo? And I think now Raphael's sarcasm is probably closer to who I am. And Sai was my second competition weapon. So favorite growing up was Raphael. Now, it would probably be Michelangelo. Leonardo's a stick in the mud. You know, I think that's some of the value of a show like Ninja Turtles is that it gives us this split, you know, so we can identify with different parts of our personality. And I don't know if it was conscious or not, but it works. And I really dig that. I think if you look at most, you know, buddy shows, whether they be animated or acted, you can see yourself in a lot of the characters and elements of them in yourself. Friends being a wonderful example. Most people identify with one of those 6 characters. And you see qualities in each that you probably admire and wish you could make more of yourself. Why is coffee so good? All right, next. Third question, last question for today. If you want to ask me a question, best place to do it, drop it below. Drop it in the comments below. What has been your favorite training event? Man, putting me on the spot because I don't want people to get mad. Good morning, Justin. We've got Justin saying good morning. Congrats on your 400th podcast show. Thanks. 400th episode of Martial Arts Radio, of course, aired on Monday, and you can find that right here on YouTube. It's a good time. Favorite training event. So real quick, let me recap the training events that I typically go to. So on Friday, yikes, that's in less than 2 days, I'll be on a plane. Will I have landed yet? I will be on a plane and landing very soon in Philadelphia in 2 days. I'm flying to Florida for the Superfoot Joe Louis training event conference. It's a few things. Superfoot Joe Louis conference annual training. I think that's what we're calling it. And I will be joined by, of course, Bill Superfoot Wallace. No, he's not joining me. I'm joining him, as well as a number of other high-ranking practitioners who hold rank under Bill Wallace and who earned rank under the late Joe Lewis. So it's a pretty special event because of the caliber of people that show up and the fact that I get to hang out with these guys. They're wonderful people and wonderful martial artists. Also, someone I met through that organization, my kickboxing instructor, my Superfoot instructor, Master Terry Dow, he holds an event in March in Manchester, New Hampshire. I've attended that the last few years. That's an exceptional event just because of the number of people who attend and the diversity of the training. And then a third event, which we just set a date for, the Whistlekick Free Training Day, which will be November 16th, this year, 2019, in Woodstock, Vermont, at Woodstock Union High School. And there is a Facebook event for that if you want to RSVP. It's completely free, 100% free. And I had hoped to start reaching out to instructors this week, but I'm not going to get there. So we'll do that next week. Maybe I'll work on that while I'm traveling this weekend. But I love that event because when things are free and when people are donating their time, things change. Things get different. So that's cool. I like all three of those events for different reasons. Of course, I've attended a number of other events that are special in their own way, that have exceptional qualities. And there are others that I'm hoping to attend. I've done episodes of Martial Arts Radio where we talk about how to get the most out of attending those events, or how to instruct at an event where you're not teaching people that you get to work with frequently, that where you have to assume a very low base level of knowledge. Because unfortunately, in my experience, most people who teach at events forget that everyone comes from different backgrounds. They sometimes make it harder for people. So, yeah, those are nice, easy questions. I'd love more questions. I like answering 3 to 5 questions. One of the things I liked about episode 400 is they were coming in so fast that I didn't have time to spend on it. I had to think, I had to answer quickly and move on to the next question. It was a great time. If you haven't checked out that episode, go check it out. I don't know if the audio's out yet, but it's definitely up on YouTube. I posted that yesterday, right after First Cup. So it's there. Check it out. We do this show. I'm going to give you your homework momentarily. Why do I do that? Why do I save that for the end? So I can get through all this closing stuff and you sit and watch or listen. Don't forget, we do this show every weekday morning, 6:30 a.m. Eastern, right here on YouTube. Yes, I have a plan for a Friday show, even though my flight is at 5:15. No, I'm not going to come to you from the plane. I'm going to do something tomorrow, record it, and schedule it. I think we can do that. I think I've done that before. I saw a feature in there where I can record, upload, and set it for a release time. If you have not already, subscribe, turn on notifications, hit that little bell so you get a little notice when we do this show live or when we upload something else. There is a new series coming. I almost did the first episode last night, but really needed to go to bed. I'm excited for this one. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be controversial. It's going to get some conversation going, which I love. For those of you who don't know, I like stirring the pot. I think that's fun. I like cracking a few eggs, seeing what happens. And of course, if you are listening to this later, maybe an audio in the podcast feed, which I hope you all go and subscribe to because, hey, those numbers help us. I'm trying to get some better sponsors, some better advertisers on that show. firstcupwithjeremy.com or your podcast feed. And you can leave a comment if that's how you're doing it by email me, jeremy@whistlekick.com. I'll print it out. I'll read it. Now, your thoughts to consider for the day. In any given group, people have different dynamics. People occupy a different place. You know, whether we're thinking of a group of people like the Ninja Turtles or the cast of Friends. When you're at work, when you're training, when you're with your family, you have a role that you play. You may or may not want to play that role. You may or may not be comfortable with that label, that dynamic that you serve to everyone. Identify it. The first step to being able to change who you are is identifying who you are. And it can sometimes be a little easier to recognize who you are in relation to other people. So spend some time today and contemplate that. Who are you, and how are you conducting yourself with others? If that group of people was to become a TV show, and you exaggerated those character traits, what would they look like? Sometimes that can be a little easier to identify. I hope you have an absolutely wonderful day.